No gold is not in her. She's a dime.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And today we're going to talk about something that actually scares a lot of people. The boogeyman. No, actually we're going to talk about shipping internationally. You ship internationally?
Yes, I sure do.
I
Fun.
ship internationally.
Fun.
And basically, you've got 3 different places that you ship internationally from, and I've got one, actually. You ship internationally from your website. What is that again?
mr-magazine.com.
Oh, very nice. You also ship internationally through eBay,
Yes.
and you ship internationally through Amazon.
Yes.
And there are different challenges with each place and different options for each place as far as shipping things.
Yep.
We'll start with eBay first. You've got a couple of different options on eBay. You've got the global shipping program that's offered by eBay, which neither of us use.
No.
And then when you click on eBay to do the shipping, you've got the various options, including the eBay standard delivery, and then eBay, the Post Office First Class or Post Office International. There's a couple of other places as well that you can ship through, or ways you can ship. You subscribe to or have a membership with one of them, I believe?
Stamps.com.
Stamps.com.
A couple months ago, I hooked up with them. Yeah, that's definitely helpful. And then,
of course,
USPS.com.
Right.
So it's nice to have a backup plan on that stuff. So.
Very nice. So many different places we can go with this right now, and I guess we'll probably talk about the problems with some of the various sites. One of the problems with USPS.com that's been going on for years now is if you want to ship something internationally, how do you have to ship it?
Priority.
Yep. And if you try to ship it, they'll say, First Class International is not available at this time. And it hasn't been available for years now.
Ever.
So that can be a problem, and not a problem if you're shipping something above 4 pounds, because that has to go a priority anyway, or not too bad if somebody made a big order and you're going to be shipping it out using one of the flat rate envelopes. But if you've got a 12-ounce magazine, you're suddenly paying $40 or $35 versus paying $23 to do first class. So that's where you're having the stamps.com definitely helps.
Oh, yeah.
Because that will save you money right there. Now, do they charge you a membership fee or a subscription fee or anything like that, or is it?
No, that's free.
It's free?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you just pay when you use the postage?
Yeah, you can add it on whenever you need it, yeah.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. Very nice on that. Now, a lot of people use the global shipping program on eBay. Do you know what that is? Or can you explain that real quickly?
I don't like to use that, but you're going to use eBay. We'll send it to another hub,
Mm-hmm.
and you are guaranteed that.
Right.
But I think it takes longer to get there as well.
And I think one of the biggest problems with that is the cost is prohibitive for the person buying it. Basically, if it costs me $25 to ship out, they're paying something like $50 or something or other like that using a global shipping program in order to have it shipped to them. They're also paying all customs and duties and all that stuff on it. The advantage to us as sellers is, as you were saying, if you get it to Kentucky or wherever the hub happens to be closest to you, you're free and clear as long as what you ship truly is what you said you were going to ship. You know, obviously, if I say I'm going to ship a Pete Rose rookie card and I send a 1981 Pete Rose card, well, yes, there's still going to be a problem. But as long as I'm shipping what I said I was going to ship, if it gets lost or anything like that, you've got some protection. Now, recently, they've begun to use the eBay standard delivery. Do you use that?
I just started using that, and I like that, and I don't like that.
Oh, well, elaborate.
Well, I like the fact that you can save a few bucks shipping them,
Mm-hmm.
and you had told me that you are covered to a certain extent
Right.
usually on that, so that's a plus. What I don't like, and this is just me, but at the end of the month I get my eBay bill, and my
Yes.
eBay bill was $5,000 more than it usually is. So they tack it all on the back end, which, it's I didn't expect it, and then it made sense to me that they're charging me after the
Right,
fact.
and if you do use the eBay standard delivery, when you click through, you'll see if you use it regularly, just for a regular shipping, you'll see down at the bottom it'll say will come out of your PayPal account. If you do it using the standard delivery, it'll say bill to invoice after use. I guess the advantage of that is if you have a situation where you go and you print something out and then you can't find the item for some reason, you never do get charged for it. So that's a definite advantage on that. The downside of it is, all of a sudden you're looking at your invoice and, you owe $4 and Wednesday, 6 different international things you ship out all hit. And suddenly now you owe $124. You go, wait, I didn't sell that much stuff. And that's part of the reason why right there is because of the way that they bill it.
Do they show that daily, though, on your bill?
It's as soon as I believe it's as soon as it's picked up and scanned.
Okay, so it's going to go onto your bill that day, but you're not paying, obviously,
till the end of the month, whenever it's due, correct.
Then,
yep.
Gotcha.
Or however you want to pay your bill. Yep.
Gotcha.
It's not due immediately. It's due with your normal invoice. Now, there is some protection, but not as much protection. If you use the global shipping program, you're completely protected, as long as it gets to Kentucky. You have $100 of coverage if you use standard international delivery through eBay, which is better than if you just use regular first-class shipping because you have no protections at that point. But it's not covered through eBay. It's covered through a separate insurance policy up to $100 through Pitney Bowes, I believe it is. And I had a situation which I feel really bad for the buyer, but I also feel good for myself because of the way it all worked out. And I can't blame the buyer whatsoever. I got a fairly large order, a couple $100 total, 8, 10, 12 items, something rather like that, to be shipped to China. So I filled the order and I used the eBay standard delivery, and it was a couple $100, and I went and I shipped it, and it got to Kentucky, no problem whatsoever, and then it shipped out, middle of March, and, April 1st, let's say, it showed that it was in transit. And April 15th, it showed it was in transit. And May 1st, it showed it was in transit. And May 15th, it showed it was in transit. So finally, about May 25th, May 30th, something rather like that, the buyer put in a dispute, which I cannot blame him whatsoever for item not received. And I had talked with him before, and I had explained that, hey, I shipped it to Kentucky. It's on its way. It's on its way. Well, he put in a dispute, and because it was multiple items, it was a dispute for each item. So there were 12 disputes, something rather like that. I woke up to find that, and I said, oh boy. And then all of a sudden, one of them was in his favor, and they took the money out of my PayPal. And I said, oh boy, this isn't good at all, because I've got 11 more coming, and I don't want to have to give all that money back. So I called eBay, and a lot of fun reaching them. But I finally was able to reach somebody, and he explained the program to me. And then this was kind of interesting. He said, as a courtesy, he was going to give me my money back on the $12 or so that was already given to the buyer. He was giving me that back. So that was great. And then he said he was closing all of the rest of them out because they were not protected underneath the guaranteed delivery. So I ended up winning all of the cases. And more or less what eBay more or less said was, he'll get them eventually. They're on the way. We're not going to give him his money back. They're not guaranteed delivery, and he'll get them. He's never contacted me. Certainly, had he contacted me, I would have said, contact eBay. Maybe they'll give you a refund back on your end. I mean, I'm happy that they closed them all, but it doesn't really seem fair to the buyer either because he didn't do anything wrong. He paid for them.
Right.
I shipped them out. They're somewhere. Who knows where they are. They're probably sitting in a warehouse somewhere, to be honest with you. And he probably will end up receiving them, but still, it's a long time for him to be waiting.
Yeah. That's a rarity ruling in your favor.
So yeah, that's how the standard delivery works. Of course, the first class works the way the first class works. And the priority as well, above 4 pounds, it has to go that way. Now, I know you ship things on Amazon, but kind of a weird thing comes up on your international shippings on Amazon, as I recall.
Yes.
Everything is expedited.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And you have no control over that. So thank God for stamps.com.
You do have control over it. but it's difficult. You have to go in and you have to set up a template to allow it to be going first class, but then you'd have to be choosing which items you want to go first class.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then
200,000 listings, it's a nightmare.
well, and then the other problem comes in. You say it's going to go first class, but then all of a sudden it's £5, and then
Right.
they're not paying enough in shipping.
Sure.
It's easier just to default to make everything be priority because everything can go priority, but not everything can go first class. But then the problem is you're winding up over on the USPS, and that some countries are not delivering to right now, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas stamps.com is a lifesaver. And then obviously anything you sell on your own website,
Right.
you can use stamps.com for. Another little workaround that you and I have found, I'm thinking of a order that you got recently from Australia.
The test. That I sold or I purchased?
You sold to Australia.
I sold a lot of items.
I can't think of it. My knowledge of the Australian provinces isn't very good. It was Northwest. It wasn't Northwest Territory, but it was something other like that. But remember, when you tried to print it through eBay, there was an error that whatever he had in for his province was too many letters.
Right.
But then it wouldn't let you change it. So then I went to PayPal, which is a nice little workaround, because a lot of times you can use PayPal to ship things that, for whatever reason, eBay is a little persnickety when it comes to the addresses.
Yeah.
If you've got too many characters, sometimes people will repeat their address 3 times in the thing.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why they do that, and you wonder if other people trying to ship to them have the same problem or not. Or they'll sit there and they'll put their company name, then they'll put the building, then they'll put the street address, then they'll put the province, then they'll put the province down below, and it ends up, it can only be 40 characters, and then you've got to do a lot of fun cutting and pasting. And
who knows what's right, really?
Yeah. And you're cutting and pasting, and then you're trying to, well, let me capitalize this because I can't leave a space between these two, just because sometimes it's easier just to go to PayPal and start from scratch. And a lot of times you can get stuff through on PayPal that you cannot get through on eBay for whatever reason. So there are a lot of little tricks with international shipping. But what do you feel about it overall? Is it worth your time doing or not worth your time?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We do, at least 10, 15 items a day internationally.
Oh,
so.
wow.
And as far as the global, I did want to say one thing. I actually purchased a lot of Barney catalogs recently from a customer that found me through eBay, and they listed it on eBay for me to purchase it from. And they use global shipping, which I've never had this before, but it's really cool that every day I get an email telling me that it's coming on my way where it is. So that's kind of cool, to, a little assurance that it's on its way. But other than that, it's still not feasible at this point.
Yep. And I guess one last thing on the international shipping. What is the, and we're going to give you another quiz here.
Here we go. I always fail them.
It's just like 1992 all over again. What is probably the number one question that you get from international potential customers? The number one question you probably get from actual customers is, where's my item? Is it here?
Yeah.
But out of potential customers, people that have looked at your item and are interested, what's probably the number one question that you get?
I'm going to say price, cost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you ship it any cheaper? Yeah. Can you ship it out surface mail? If I could go back to 1992, I can. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand. And I've done some shopping in England, things like that, trying to find neat little items. And shipping's expensive overseas. It just is. It's expensive for them getting it to us. It's expensive for us getting it to them. One little trick that will spur your sales a little bit, it does work for me occasionally, is 0 ounces to 7.9999 ounces is one cost. 8 ounces to 2 pounds is another cost. So somebody will ask me if I can change the shipping on a Carcraft magazine. If you're shipping that overseas, it's $23.25 or $24, whatever it works out to. Somewhere in that ballpark is what it costs to ship overseas. Well, they'll say that's outrageous, which it seems outrageous, but that's what we're being charged. And I'll say, no, I can't. But what I can do is if you can find a second Carcraft magazine, I will ship that for no additional shipping charges. So that way they look at it that, well, I'm paying $24 to get one shipped. I'm paying $24 to get two shipped.
Yeah,
so
now it's $12
$12 per.
Yeah.
And you can actually get some extra sales that way. When somebody does complain to you, explain to them the way the shipping works, and then explain to them that, hey, you buy more things per item, it's not really going to cost that much. So it's a good way, and it does work about once a week, once every 2 weeks. Somebody does end up buying multiple items from me internationally. So it's a good way to boost your sales.
Sure.
So certainly if you do have any questions about international shipping, you can ask them down below, and we answer everything that we get down below. And otherwise, good luck to you out there. Check into, a lot of people use Pirate Ship. We use stamps.com. They're all great services. They're all great to have there. And one last thing, and it's happened to me twice in about the last 2 weeks, and I know it's happened to you a couple of times as well. And it's not international. It's domestic shipping, but it's on Amazon. And, oh, there's that look. I love that look.
I got too much going on. Too many problems. I can't keep up with them.
You got 99 problems. But anyway, what is the... it's come up a couple of times where you can't
are you
ship...
talking about, the only UPS
Yep.
FedEx option? We got 2 of those going on right now, actually.
Yep. What ends up happening is you click onto it, and they've paid $3.99 shipping for it, and your only option is to send it out for like $12 using UPS, because for some reason, according to Amazon, it's not a supported zip code or not a supported address,
Right.
which I've never heard of before, because I'm pretty sure post office delivers pretty much everywhere. But
It's got to be a glitch or something, because it just started happening.
Yep. And I've had 2, and you've had a couple as well. So that's the case where you go on to stamps.com and you ship it out that way, because you can do the first class shipping that way. I mean, they've only paid $3.99 shipping, and on mine it was like a $6 item. I'm not going to get $9.99 from them less my fees to pay $13 to ship it to them. That's
Just remember to edit and put the tracking in after the fact from stamps.com.
very
on
good.
Amazon.
Yep, very good, very good. All righty. So until next time, stay safe.
Take it easy. Thank you. Bye-bye.